Something that's not talked about enough or praised about enough are people who are actually so motivated and internally encouraged and positive that nothing that can happen to them will tear them down and they will push through no matter what. Welcome to the third episode of the PT Talk, where every week I'm going to be discussing a certain topic about healthcare. I'm a physical therapist, and I want to take it back to a story about a patient that I had who pretty much a lot of things were going against her. But no matter what, she was so determined to get better, to get home. And really, this makes my job as a physical therapist so easy. And it takes the weight off of us as healthcare providers off our shoulders, because this patient was so motivated that she will do anything to get better. Now, this patient came in because she fell at a casino and she had a broken patella, so her right kneecap. She also broke her left ankle, and she also had a fracture on her right shoulder. And she was able to put as much weight as she can on both legs, so she was able to walk. She was not able to put any weight on her right shoulder, so she can't kind of push from the bed or the chair or the toilet or anything like that from her arm. Beyond that too, she also had a knee immobilizer on her right knee, meaning that she could not bend her right knee for any reason. And she was also walking in a boot on her left foot. After just listening to that, wouldn't you want to be a little bit down on yourself, right? Falling in a casino, and you're very much independent, well capable, you're cognitively intact, everything's good, and then all of a sudden you fall and you break multiple parts of your body. Well, that wasn't her, and it was just amazing from that point. Now, a week later, she found that she had a mass in her abdomen, and this was potentially cancerous. And doctors weren't really able to tell her initially, right? They needed to do some testing. Long story short, she needed to have a hysterectomy. And hysterectomies are not easy to recover from, right? They basically make a cut in your abdomen. And anytime you have any sort of surgery, you are recovering to get back to where you were before, right? But when you have a surgery, you're cutting through muscles, nerves, and things like that. So recovery time is long. So that alone, she was kind of down on herself a little bit just because she needed to go through a procedure. On top of that, a week before her procedure, she caught COVID, and she had symptoms of, she had a lot more coughing, just had a high fever. And when somebody has COVID in our rehab department, they have to stay in the room for 10 days and they cannot leave the room. Now imagine yourself in a hospital room, or let's just say in a room where you have to be in that room for 10 days, and the only sunlight that you have is a small window. And, you have to press a button anytime you want to get up or anytime you want to go to the bathroom. So as you can imagine, whenever you're isolated into a room, it can get to you mentally, right? Depression is real. And again, that alone should have hit her hard, right? She had multiple fractures. She needed to have a hysterectomy, and she got COVID. So her hysterectomy had to be postponed a whole nother week. But this patient she was strong mentally more than she is physically. And when you have somebody like that, it is noteworthy to give them recognition. As a therapist, it is like music to my ears whenever someone wants to get out of bed. And you hear that and you say, well, it's getting out of the bed is second nature, right? It's so easy. Well, yeah, because we're not injured and we have to get up. But for patients in the hospital who getting out of bed is work to them, drains them, is painful to them, and is scary for them because they have fallen before and they don't want to fall again. Getting out of the bed is a big deal. And for anybody that wants to get out of the bed and stay out of bed, it is the dream of a physical therapist to work with that patient. And I just wanted to talk about this week and the PT talk because this is one of those where it is so fulfilling to become a physical therapist, to become a healthcare provider, when you have a patient in front of you that makes the job so much easier for you that it doesn't even feel like a job. Whenever I worked with her, it felt like I was just talking to an old friend and thinking about exercises and interventions, and all that was so smooth because she was willing to do anything and everything to get better, to have a successful surgery, and to go home and to just leave this all behind. I think that's not talked about enough. I think in healthcare, there is so much negativity and there is so much drama and there is so much debate on this or that. Let's just talk about and praise those who are so positive that nothing you say or do will tear them down. I just wanted to honor those real quick in any hospital facility, wherever you're at. If this is even you and you're a patient right now in a hospital room, the best thing that you can do for yourself and for those around you is to stay positive. And if you're a healthcare provider right now, find those patients, find those people, and hold on to them and make sure that they stay positive, they stay strong, and they stay encouraged. So if you've had a patient story like this and you're listening to this, leave it in the comments below because I want to hear about it. Again, this patient had a fall that caused her to have multiple fractures. She needed to have a hysterectomy with an unknown cancerous mass somewhere in her abdomen. She caught COVID. She had to be isolated in her room for 10 days without leaving, without having any family member or friends that can visit her because we couldn't have any visitors into her room. So being isolated, knowing the unknown, not knowing what to expect, but yet she wants to go home, wants to get out of bed. It is just so amazing. And that is our topic. If you have anything related to that to share, please share it. I can't wait to read about it. Until the next episode, I hope you have a great one and keep being positive for those around you.